Hello self and everyone else, it is good to see you, and we have a new year just around the corner, and that for a lot of people means New Year resolutions. Now, I was thinking about this in relationship to this video behind me. This is called Why We Fall, Failure Motivation, which is this concept about how when you fail, you should keep pushing through it, push through the pain because you got it, you're stronger than it, and I actually don't really like that. I think this is not a very good lesson, and it's one that I think comes from things like school. You see, in school, I, myself at least, was terrified of getting a bad grade, and if I got a bad grade, I felt bad about it. I felt like I was a shameful person because I should have tried harder, or I should have been smarter, or maybe I could have just been more clever to figure it out. I didn't really feel safe about failing in a class. I didn't really feel good about, oh, I don't understand that, I should talk up about it, because it always made me feel like I was dumb. And the thing is, the concept of like, oh, you just need to try harder didn't feel very good either, because it really just highlighted how much effort it took for something, and there was so many who did it so easily, and it just made me not feel good. And I mean, on top of that, if one gets a bad grade in school, especially in American schools, you have to do it again. You have to like retake the class, or it's just a mark. It's just that, you messed up there, didn't you, kind of a thing. And I think that's why people like these videos and go looking for them, because it makes you feel better about pushing through pain when it hurts so bad. And I disagree with this concept entirely. I don't think people should push through the failure. Mainly because failure and pushing through it hurts. And when we feel bad and it hurts, we do stuff like this. This is a study on the concept of procrastination, and they found that students who were procrastinating on things were doing it on things that they just didn't want to do. You don't procrastinate doing things you love, school and lessons that you enjoy, you do it on things you don't like. We're basically teaching people that when you find a resistant path, to keep pushing through the thorns, even though it's probably easier to walk around. My point of this is that failure isn't the problem, it is our relationship with it. I said that funny. Failure isn't the problem, it is our relationship with it. It is not about finding a path and pushing through it regardless of the resistance. It's about finding the best way for you, me, someone to get through that. I mean, look at this video game behind me. This is Call of Duty, and in this game, I am losing. I'm getting shot a lot, but I'm having a great time doing it because as I'm learning this experience, right? I figure out that a guy has a shotgun, so I should shoot from afar. I'm using a one-shot, then cocking rifle, and so I know that I can only really get one shot off, so I want to be the first to fire. But I also have so much damage that if I aim for the body, I'm going to kill them faster, so I'm trying to use that to get myself new angles. And if I lose, I start again really quickly. It's not a big deal. The feedback teaches me. Failure is a tool. I do something that works, I keep doing it. I do something that doesn't work, I stop doing it as much. I enjoy this process, and that's an important part here. I enjoy the process of failure, which is the opposite of how I was trained to interact with failure. I was trained that it was a shameful thing, but here it's simply feedback. And so it's something I enjoy, and that's such an important part of anything that we're learning. You need to be able to enjoy the sad fail parts, which makes them not sad fail parts, which makes them learning opportunities, which makes them just part of the funness, because you get to feel the growth. And so that you enjoy the part where you're learning as much as you enjoy the part when you're succeeding. Because if you only enjoy the succeeding part, you're really only setting yourself up for pain. And I mean, what's big about this is the concept of like, you should not need to motivate yourself to achieve this goal, this New Year's resolution, this class. You shouldn't need to feel motivated. Yes, motivation through things that are hard is important, but you shouldn't need to do it because there's enough hard things out there already. Why would you go looking for a hard path and pushing through it when there might be an easier path that even makes you feel happier? And that's the important part there. A lot of people take these harder paths not because they enjoy it more, but because they think that's what they should do. That's what the whole failure motivation sort of myth is all about, is that you can push through it, that you want success more than you need to breathe. And it's like, oof, like it's all about hurting your way through rather than enjoying yourself and doing it in a much more easy way. There's a thing known as rapid prototyping, or also known as iterative design, and it's this concept about making a goal and achieving it in the minimum amount of effort or at the minimum amount of quality. It's basically a process of rapidly creating something, even if it fails, and seeing if it works. A real life example of this is me trying to get cardio into my normal exercise routine. I tried sprinting. I didn't really like sprinting, but I tried it a couple times, I just didn't like it. And if I was to be motivated through my failure, I would just keep pushing through that. It doesn't matter that I don't like it. Come on, you can do this. Instead, I just gave up. I started jump roping. I like jump roping. It takes no motivation to get me to jump rope. I like jump roping. And that's the lesson there. I just went, cardio is not working in this way, so I created something new. I prototyped a different way of living. And then that was jump rope, and that made it work. I got a TED Talk here that I really like that's about rapid prototyping in relation to building teams as well as building software, but it's really applicable to everything, including this example. And I highly love it because it involves kindergartners and how intelligent they can be when trying to solve a problem. It's pretty cool. So my point here is that failure motivation, while useful in the concept of like pushing through something that hurts, shouldn't be something we necessarily use. It should be something we consider, but then also we should consider just giving up, because it's not about taking a highly resistant path. It's about finding a way around something. If something hurts and you don't like it, maybe you should stop doing it. Does it help you achieve that minimum iterative designed goal that you have? Cardio is pretty broad, and so if I was setting a New Year's resolution about doing more cardio instead of going to the gym more, right? It's the concept of creating something that allows me to iterate, to find the best thing for myself, rather than finding something that I know is gonna work and keep pushing through it even though it hurts. Hurting is a sign that you should change. That's feedback. We can use it to learn. All right, my final example related to this is this comic. I've talked about it before in videos. It's this concept of a bunch of animals trying to climb a tree. And I thought about it in regards to this elephant, because this elephant is gonna struggle to climb the tree compared to the crow and the monkey, right? And if there's like an apple at the top of the tree, that's the minimum designed thing. Like, we need to get that apple. Well, the elephant, if it enjoys to try to learn to climb the tree, feel free to climb that tree, elephant. But if you're not liking it, perhaps you could try something else. Maybe, knocking the whole tree over. You are an elephant. That elephant can get that apple still, even through a new method. It's not necessarily worse or better than the monkey or crow at anything, it just does it differently. All right, so my point, if you need to motivate yourself to get through failure, perhaps the problem is that you keep pushing against something that is a very high resistant path. Step back, see if there's an easier way to do this. Stop trying to sprint, start doing jump rope. Anyway, try to set a minimum goal, see if it works for your New Year's resolution. And if it doesn't, well, try something different and see if that works. And if it doesn't, try something new, see if that one works. And if that doesn't, try something new and see if that works. And if that doesn't, try something new and see if that works. And on and on and on and on.